when you start a new game, it's going to force you to go through the tutorial, even if you don't want to. And we'll explain why you wouldn't want to in a moment. If you have no intention of keeping the inferior tutorial team, then just pick any of them, it doesn't matter. Just hit select and get on with your way. That's what I'm going to do here. I don't care about any of this right now.
Damn, what is that stuff? It's like its whole
If you wish to
body
keep
is an
your
open
bat
wound.
past the first few moments, you can just unequip it now.
No telling how long that gate's gonna last.
But it's not
So
really
tell me again
necessary.
why this was a good idea.
You can search these things if you want. You can also just run through the whole thing.
Gotta have food to share.
Keep your eyes open. I bet you can find
This
a
is
better weapon yourself.
not necessarily the most fun way to deal with it, but
My idea to explore
this is
the
just I'm just getting through the tutorial now. You're welcome to play it at your own
Too
pace.
many Z's behind us. Look at that. Even after this long, people kept hoping to find their families again.
Yeah, just like Mom hoping you'd come home when she got sick. Didn't happen either.
I had a... What is this place?
Creepy as fuck. That's what.
Locked.
Get it off me!
Now you can grapple zombies and kill them with a finisher.
The gate.
And it bit me. Now I got gunk all over my shirt.
Now that is a tragedy.
You'll have to grapple also to execute zombies on the floor, which I'll go and do in this
I
case.
did fuss over every little scratch. Oh my god. What the hell happened here?
God. Is it just me or did it suddenly get really hot?
This asks you to stealth this segment, but it's not necessary.
We can get past them if we're quiet.
All the zombies in the beginning, before you even get to your home base, will be tremendously weak.
Hey, get your butts over to the ladder!
Go, go, go!
That's your companion right there. You don't have to look back, but if you do, you can watch the zombies disappear. So, some reasons why you want to skip. If you don't skip, you'll get 4 survivors. Plus, you'll start off with 2 individuals with some minor dialogue with each other. I don't think beyond the curing the plague do they have any extra dialogue. You can jump off the ladder, but it doesn't save you any time. Now, if you choose to keep the tutorial team, you will have to deal with the blood plague on one of your characters when it starts, but you have time. You need 5 plague samples, plus 2 medical in order to make a cure. So these are the 4 characters you'll get, plus you get the Arctic Warrior off of the soldier.
We found a cure that works if you use it soon after infection.
It's okay. I couldn't do it.
Right, time to go. Big sister's got the wheel.
So how do we survive without the army around?
We keep going. As long as we stick together, we can survive anything.
Shit, I better be careful. Any more exposure won't end well.
I would check this. It is possible to spawn with a gas tank in your intro vehicle, though I don't know if it's possible for the tutorial one. I see no reason why it wouldn't, though. If you start shooting, your allies will shoot. It doesn't cost you any ammo if your allies are shooting. What I suggest is using either suppressed guns or the best guns possible. Not all guns can take suppressors. Here's the main reason you wouldn't want to play straight from the tutorial characters. The traits for your first 2 will be the ones you've definitely picked, but remember, you just get 2 more that you didn't have any control over. Now we take a look at the others. This is the character I started with. There's the second character I started with, but then there's the other 2, the doctor and the soldier with avoids getting conflict, so it's not bad. But you essentially have 2 characters that you could have customized. So you've essentially lost characters you could have customized. By starting with the tutorial setup, you have 4 characters, 2 that you generate and 2 that just join. Alright, so let's see what happens when you start a team. So go to manage your communities and delete or start on a different save slot. You're going to see this screen here. Everyone starts with 100 health and 100 stamina. Every point of cardio gets you 3 stamina, every point of fighting gets you 4 health. So in this case, he has no extra points of fighting, so he has 100 health. He has 5 points of cardio, or she, so she has 15 stamina. This character has 1 point of fighting, so that's plus 4 health. 4 points of cardio, and 12 stamina. He has 5 points of fighting, so he shouldn't have, or she shouldn't have 150 health. but because of her traits, probably high pain threshold, she has a tremendous amount of health. This looks pretty good. All three of these things sound positive. So that is something I would pick. But for example, self-conscious, maybe not that one. So reroll until you find stats that are pretty good or that you like. I believe all traits, even like painting, will have some sort of in-game effect, though you may not appreciate it. Just pick things that you think would help you survive a zombie apocalypse. For example, used to humidity, sounds interesting. Compulsive Gardener gives her the gardening skill, and maybe Good Arm gives her 1 point in fighting. 19 points of stamina. According to our math, she should have 4, 8, and 12 points of stamina. So she's essentially got 7 points of stamina from something. We'll just roll until we find something. Unless Stress Eater, Party. So I have essentially medicine, a food grower, and a food preparer. I don't have a lot of experience with cooking in this game. This is something that you can set up. You can guarantee 9 positive traits rather than 6. Guaranteed positive from rolls, and then 2 characters that you don't know if you're gonna want. If you do insist on it, maybe keep playing the tutorial until you get 4 characters with a good trait. For now, I'm just gonna start it this way. Your starting resources will also be different. But nothing too much to set you back. I would just go ahead and do it this way. Currently, in this version of the game, you don't get to pick your area when you create your own community. So there's no gas tank right now, that's fine. You can't switch yet, but it is something to think about, because you can have your allies... Apparently we're all wearing purple, that's pretty cool. So head towards the arrow. You can just run, it's fine. The bar in the bottom left is your stamina. You don't really want to run that dry in case you do have to defend yourself. Such as if you run into a zombie catches up to you or something. Plus your character will stagger for a bit in line. You can dodge, and I would suggest dodging right before zombies hit you. And here's what I like to do. I like to dodge through a zombie, get behind them, grapple, and start doing the finishing attack. So I don't even need a weapon. Your characters may end up hitting the zombie out of your arms, and that's okay, because you gotta remember, you probably did that back in State of Decay 1 if you played that. So yeah, hold down the grapple button and then click the finisher. You can't let go of the grapple button, or your character will let go of the zombie. You can do taunt. This one here is quite loud.
Creeps, I'm talking to you.
And you'll see in the bottom left, the mini-map.
Hey, creeps.
That's your sound radius. So, bashing open doors will also bring your sound radius. So zombies should be well alerted to me, but zombies do spawn as you're exploring the house. Sometimes they just phase in.
It wouldn't take much to turn this. It looks pretty
Alright,
safe.
so this is the only base you can claim when you first start the game. There's some reasons for that.
I'm down.
You'll see that here are the requirements. You need 1 person, I have 3. When you move, it will dismantle facilities. When any facility is dismantled, either through moving or just because you pick it, you'll refund all materials. So don't be afraid to build your home site up. Now when I say materials, that's the actual item.
I can say please.
Materials themselves will come back. So things that require ethanol, or cases of chemicals, or boxes of seeds, I don't think those come back. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the master bedroom, but that takes 2 labor, which is a shovel guy right here. That means that out of my 3 population, 2 are currently working. You can spend labor of your own as well, even if you're not in the area. Let's try that. Although I don't think I have anything worth 1 labor. Oh, first let's jump off this food. So you'll notice in this game, you don't. This is the supply locker. Back in the first game, you just run to the supply locker in your home base and it drop off rucksacks automatically. Now you gotta walk over here and then hit
And here we are.
your activate button. You'll get some influence for it. If you get 50 influence, your character will move from recruit to citizen. If you started a new enclave, through skipping the tutorial, your characters will already start as citizens, so think of it as like their reputation. Now she's not in the base, but you see I still have 1 labor free. However, this requires 2 labor, so I can't do that. I cannot clean out this trash. But that is something you want to do after every time you move to a home site, is clear out any extra junk. However, what I can do is I can, for example, build this with 3 materials and 1 labor. So now 2 people are working on the master bedroom and 1 person is working on the infirmary. That creates noise, which draws in zombies. That's why you'll get attacked. The higher this is, the more times you'll get attacked. Don't worry too much about it right now, you just need to build up. Monks, you don't need to do too much with. It just provides a passive bonus to your population. You'll want enough beds so that you don't worry about morale or fatigue. In their starter house, you also have a storage facility and a kitchen. Worry about the kitchen later, but do worry about the storage as soon as you can and get this thing upgraded so you don't lose resources. Until your storage is upgraded, there people continually complain that you're just losing resources. Don't be afraid to spend your materials. You will get them back. The orange is the quest marker, so the yellow is the first player, which is what you will always be while you're hosting or playing single player. Since she completed an activity, I can now build something else if I had the resources to do so. I don't, I only have 0 materials. Now I brought the food so my people wouldn't whine about it. Generally, you don't necessarily want to run into doors, but that's fine. I don't recommend fast searching. I also wouldn't recommend it for multiplayer. If everybody's fast searching on multiplayer, it's possible that someone's going to get killed. You're just assuming that the other players are there to help you, but you keep in mind that they're not AI, and they also want to be searching. So you do it with AI because they're just standing around doing nothing. So let's say everybody's fast searching, including yourself. And one of your 3 teammates fails. Zombies will come in, and then everybody may end up aborting their current search. Because nobody can defend it. You know, there's no AI to defend you against the zombies coming in. So if a pharaoh's coming up, you're going to end up having to stop searching and then fight it. Not only will you get hurt, but you'll also end up having to restart your search. On my mini-map, you can see that red flashing arrow. That means the zombie's alerted and wants to eat. Well, that's okay. He's gonna catch me, dodge through him, dodge again, because he's obviously homed in on me. So I can just do this all day, but instead I'm gonna grapple him and execute him. An infirmary costs 3 materials. I'm gonna go ahead and disband this. I went from 5 to 8. So it'll take me a minute. 5. Now, you may run into a problem where zombies are waiting for you at the bottom of the ladder. That happens if you, for example, do what I just did and ignore them on your way to the ladder, or park your car next to the ladder. Don't worry about trying to circumvent them, just go down the ladder. Otherwise, you could get hurt.
I think that should do it for now.
I'm gonna fast search here because it doesn't matter if the zombies find me. But when you fast search and you fail, it will not only move your progress bar back a bit, but it'll pause it. Alright, so there's probably at least a few zombies waiting for me at the bottom. You can see the yellow dots on the minimap right now. That means that you know they're there, and it generally indicates that they're trying to look. Exit the menu and come right back, and I'll not only be at the bottom of the ladder, but there won't be any zombies. This is probably faster than trying to slide down that long ladder. So let's say that I decide I don't want the infirmary. So I'm going to destroy that and get my 3 back. And I would upgrade this, except I'm busy clearing trash. I could cancel this, and then upgrade that. Which is probably what I would do, considering all this would do is clear me a small slot. I already have 2 small slots I'm not using. You'll note that they do have a specific name to it. This is the backyard on the left, this is the front yard.
Sorry, can't carry that.
Okay, with my backpack, this is how many items I can carry. So I can carry 7. So let's go ahead and drop this. Now what happens when you drop in this game is it leaves a little item here that will retain itself even after you exit the game. Let's go ahead and equip that. And you know what? You can also equip the mods onto things, but that always lowers its durability as long as it's equipped. So basically it just wears out faster, which you'll have to pay in parts. You see here it says salvage 23. That number decreases the more worn out it gets, and you will have to spend parts to repair it. Get parts by dismantling weapons or just finding them in the field, like I've already found 24. Let's go and equip this mod by hitting attach mod at the bottom of my screen. This little puzzle icon will indicate that I've equipped a mod, so I can detach it at any point. So if I'm about to fight some zombies, I don't feel like lowering the durability of my gun, and I don't care how loud I am, I can just detach the mod right before firing. This break will give me more power, more range, so that's fine. And I also got a pistol here. You'll note that when I hover over it, the bullets to the right light up. That's because this is 9mm round, and this uses 9mm. You can see that at the bottom of the infographic. This uses 556mm rounds, and I have 18 of those. This guy's banging on the glass, so he can wait for him to come in and be scared, or he just run into the door and he'll be on the ground. Then you can just finish him off. Now, while you're grappling with them, if you hold them for too long, they will break free. So you can also throw them away, and then finish them off. But what I would just do is just finish them off while you're holding them.
Sorry, can't carry that.
What I can always do is I can leave this stuff here and come back to it later. The crate itself, you can see, is still flashing. The problem is that your mini-map and world map will not indicate that there are still items here. So you'll need to remember that yourself.
Next time.
So in this case, I'm leaving a bunch of bullets here. One trick that I like to do from State of Decay 1 was to drop things out on the road. It makes it easy to spot. Keep in mind that if you do play multiplayer, visitors can come by and just grab your stuff off the ground or in the trunk of your car. So if you have something in the trunk, better be careful. I believe there's 4 specialties per primary skill, and 2 specialties per 5th skill. Your character will have access to at least 1 specialty.
I can't breathe. Maybe I should slow down.
As you get close enough to the base, you can actually switch characters. So you can see some diamonds on my mini-map. I can actually switch to them right here. I don't have to run into the base. I'm going to do Enlist Follower. A follower is not a recruit. A follower just walks around with you. You can have one at any... You can have one follower. You know, she's now coming with me, and I can switch to her at any point.
Nothing moving.
She'll watch my back as I search. So, for example, I were to fast search and fail like that.
There's no way they didn't hear that.
She'll hopefully defend me. I say hopefully because the AI still needs a lot of work. So you note that she's just fighting while I'm continue to search. There's nothing else in here, so I'm not worried about it.
Got zombies everywhere.
Now, bumping into a zombie by dodging into them, if they're not already swinging, is a decent tactic in that it will knock them loose. So if they were about to attack somebody, but it wasn't yet, or if they were about to attack somebody, you'll keep them from hitting.
I'm sure I can put this to good use.
What I just found was a book. This book, if read, allows me to learn 1 ability. So it teaches chemistry, which can eventually evolve into munitions or pharmacology. Now this character has gardening. I don't actually know what happens when you use a book when you already have a 5th skill, so let's find out. We go here, we're going to see active effects. So we have knowledge of cooking, knowledge of gardening, and knowledge of medicine. Right now we have temporary material storage, because we relocated. This allows you to ignore the material capacity here, because my capacity is 25 storage for all resources. The reason for that is, when you move to a new house, it dismantles all your other facilities and upgrades, so you're going to get an influx of materials. So I could have, for example, 25 materials, move to a house, and suddenly have 50. In order to prevent you from losing that was a kind offer by the game. So right now, again, we have 3 knowledges: cooking, gardening, and medicine. Let's go and read this and find out together.
I'm not able to do that.
Oh, okay, well I guess you can't. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop, we'll say this assault rifle.
I'll be
We're
right
switch to
behind
her. State of Decay. And now she's going to have that assault rifle equipped. So if she were to begin shooting, she'd have bullets for free. You can either talk to her to switch, or use the squad selection screen.
I was bored, so I went out and found a few things. You're welcome.
Well, thanks, Alexa. So even if your characters are with you, they can still cause random events to happen at your base, such as, I exploded something in the workshop. I'm okay. -1 ammo. Yes, I'm not joking. That actually does happen.
At least.
You can see here that even though it's just 1 zombie that she knew was there, she wasn't good enough to fight the zombie. In fact, she's still not fighting the zombie. There we go.
Well, that's the last of that. I'm a little full at the moment.
Now here you'll notice that I have a rucksack in my rucksack spot already, so I can't take this. Even though I have backpack slots, you can only have one rucksack being carried. What's a girl to do? Well, I can switch characters and grab it. When you break rucksacks out in the field, you get far less resources than if you were to do something with it at home. But if you're not planning on heading back or you need supplies right now, go ahead. Your survival is more important. Sometimes in trunks you'll find materials, so it's worth checking them even as you're walking past. You can create an outpost to dump everything that's in your backpack. And then you can put all the rucksacks in your trunk, like this. So we're going to put this rucksack in here.
You're the boss.
Put this rucksack in here. I'll keep all these things in my pocket. So if I wanted to, I could continue to search and move around the map. Pull up to the front door, you can get out of your car, and then grab everything and run inside. That's not actually what we're going to do. There's actually parking spots designated for your vehicles by these yellow lines here. So we're going to go and pull in, and then if you look at the top left where it says Palado, you're going to see parking up here just in a second. There. Now that it's fully parked, I can click any item here. So let's say I can put this wrench in here. If you notice on the bottom right, it says transfer to base. You can't do it yet in this version of the game, but you can't transfer from your backpack yet from this version of the game, but I can just transfer things here. So I can just drop things off, transfer, 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 drop things off, and transfer. You can also do that with rucksacks. If you have a character that needs to become a hero, you just have them transfer from rucksacks. So if for example, you now have no ammo, you'll now have 160 influence. That's what this is right here. And you have number of parts, population, food, medicine, ammo, materials, and gas. And here are some things to consider doing for yourself. Let's go ahead and do find resources. And we're going to click locate
Let's
ammo.
see if someone knows where to get supplies.
While they do that, let's go ahead and build a watchtower.
Handle the situation for you.
I can always dismantle that later. One of our agents reported an ammo stash over in Hudson. If you get there first, it's all yours. Well, I don't know where Hudson is, but that doesn't matter. If you look on your minimap, you're going to see scavenging for ammo, and it's going to be all the way over here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You don't want to take too long getting there, because eventually that mission will expire. When you kill a special infected, you will always get influence for it. So it's worth killing them if you see them on your minimap. You want to cycle out your characters regularly so that they don't get tired. When they're tired, the blue bar on the bottom left, its maximum decreases until you get them some rest. You get them rest, or you heal injuries by making sure that they are not in your control, loitering around your base. You can heal injuries if you have an infirmary level 2. I don't have enough materials to build one right now, but none of my characters are injured. I can always dismantle things until I have enough materials to build an infirmary for a short while if I wish to. Now, you'll note that if I hover over it, it'll tell me what I will get if I break it open for... So if I break it open now, I'll get a gas can like this, so I can fill up my car, and 1 or 2 Molotovs, so I can defend myself. It might be worth considering breaking that open if you're out in the field, starting the game with no supplies. Plague zombies will increase your infection bar the more they hit you. Being fully infected does not kill you outright, but being fully infected does inflict you a status ailment. That's a blood plague zombie. You can tell by the red skin. Don't be worried about them. They die just like any other zombie. So let's see what happens when a blood plague zombie hits you. In intro characters, you'll have this blood plague to deal with. As you see, I can't actually grapple her from the front. Now she's gonna bite me. See, that bite does tremendous infection bar. You can dispatch them just by dodging through them and then executing them. Now you can use your ears and your eyes, but let's use our ears first. There's something grumbling in this building. To take a look, you can see that from their little LED eyes that there's more zombies. But they should be afraid of you, not the other way around. So keep calm and do your business. Blood plague zombies stand a chance of dropping plague samples. Collect 5 of them and you can convert it to a cure. If her bar fills up all the way, she will need a cure or she will die. I can see that he was winding up for the kill, so I didn't want to dodge right into the hit.
No, I was hoping we'd have more company.
I can hear somebody banging on this door, so let's answer it. If you're concerned about more zombies coming in, go and close that thing back up. And deal with anybody who comes in. So all these zombies would have come up immediately if I had parked my car, but I'm dealing with them in just like one at a time. So nothing to worry about. Do get used to regular combat, or you're going to end up swinging too early. Alright, let's take a look at the suppressor on this gun. I'm going to go and shoot at this zombie, and watch the minimap, not the zombie, at the lower left corner of the screen. Though it sounds very loud to you, the player, it doesn't make a lot of sound to the zombies. Watch the minimap. That wasn't a lot. Let's try taking this mod off. Let's drop the ammo on the floor, detach the mod, and shoot him in the leg again. Now observe the difference. Much bigger. There we go. Now, when your character is blood plagued,
I gotta get me a doctor before I need a priest.
your character moves very clumsily. Let's go ahead and attach the suppressor and now mow down these zombies. Alright, so now she's moving like this. This is her sprint. And she's very clumsy when it comes to dodging. It is something to mind. You'll note that she has a 3-hour timer before she expires. When she expires, she won't just die, she'll turn into a zombie. That's when you need to make Blood Plague Cure. So I have a gas can in my inventory now, so if you just approach the gas canister in your car, you can fill up your car. You'll see the white bar on the upper left? That's how much it will fill. It'll top off my whole car, but I won't have any gas can left, no matter how little I fill. So I'm going to hold off on doing it for right now. Unlike State of Decay 1, I can't switch characters and warp everyone back to base. No, you actually have to get there. Places that you've cleared out will stay cleared out for roughly 1 hour. Zombies can still stroll in, even after it's been cleared out, they just don't spawn in it. You drive far enough away to despawn all zombies, and drive back to spawn more. Let's go and drop everything in, but do be mindful of your minimap. Like, if that zombie spotted me and started coming towards me, it'll probably take a bite of you while you're managing your inventory. We have 3 hours to cure her. I would suggest having enough of these things on hand, or enough resources to make some, if you're about to do multiplayer, because otherwise you're going to have to break your multiplayer time online in one continuous run, and head back to your game in order to get the resources needed to craft Blood Plague Cure. Plus, it's best just to have it on hand anyways. Don't put yourself at risk by not having it. So we'll now play more normally. As long as you duck in under their swing, you're okay, but if they're about to hit you, duck it to the side. So let's try under this one right here. Okay, so she's slow, she won't actually swing at me, so I would duck to the side like that, and come in from behind, if she were a fast zombie. Now if I had a survivor with me, I could have her take the bag, and then I could dismiss her. And if I had an outpost, I could use that to transfer rucksacks home.
I should keep searching.
Up to as many survivors are willing to carry rucksacks for me.
Check that box on the to-do list.
Alright, so the infirmary is getting completed, it just hasn't zoned in yet. Alright, there we go. So now what you want to do, as the finishing touches on the tutorial tries to show you, if you proceed on with it, you can stabilize the Blood Plague. This will pause the progression, but at a cost. As long as you're willing to use up medicine, which is 2 per hour. If I do that, I won't actually have enough medicine to cure the Blood Plague, though I am actually bringing some in. For right now, let's pretend I don't have enough medicine. So let's not do that. She'll just have to deal with it.
Building materials to work with.
So here's a plague zombie right now. And he dropped a plague sample. Let's collect it.
Watch out! Trouble coming.
It was more attractive to the sound than the people. Remember that if you have distraction materials. However, if you do use distraction materials, it's possible, and maybe even likely, that you'll end up drawing more zombies to your location. So, I would suggest clearing the immediate area first. So you can tell by the red mist that the plague heart is here.
Having a plague heart move in must really fuck up property values.
Again, it's not the heart itself that's the necessary thing that's interesting, it's just all these glowing red zombies.
Creep off.
Alright, doesn't seem to be that there's any zombies here, but they won't spawn until I enter.
How would I get this job again?
So now they're active. You can see by the minimap. But they weren't at all interested in me before. Oh, he can't get me if I'm not in the front seat. I've never done that before. That was kind of funny. As you can see, this stealth kill business is a very effective way to kill zombies.
I need a breather.
Even though I had no stamina, I was still killing them like that. So there's a sample there. That's 2 samples. Now, I've observed the following pattern. It seems to summon zombies. It seems to summon zombies after every like a traditional MMO. I think that at certain stages they start doing certain action. So if I were to hurt this,
I'm barely hurting this thing.
you know that's not continually summoning zombies, so I can actually dispatch the ones that are nearby and then keep going. Try to observe what your allies are fighting and kill the ones that are about to land a hit in. Again, the heart by itself is defenseless. It's the zombies that are the problem. So, if I go around killing the zombies as they spawn, there's no issue. The heart itself, also, as it gets hurt, will start sucking in the mist around it. So you'll note I'm actually not using my weapon. I can see how badly hurt she is by taking a look at her in the menu here. So, she is actually doing very well right now. Again, it's not the heart that's a danger, although, again, if it sucks in the mist, get away, because it is about to hurt you with it. That's what I call a body check. Allows me to stun him so I can grab him. Otherwise, I'll end up spinning around and hitting you. But again, if they're already in mid-swing, try to gauge whether or not you can actually finish connecting with them, or if you should veer away. That's the mist right there. If you were near it, it would do some damage to you.
Fire in the hole! That sure left a mark. Hey, careful! I'm calling this plague heart history.
When a plague heart dies, all the plague zombies near it die as well. The normal one was unaffected, as you can see.
And that should be it. Done.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So let's see how many plague samples I get from this. I got 5 from the heart itself, 1 from a zombie before I got here, and that leaves 3 that I got from fighting the waves of zombies that were coming to defend it. Now that we're done with it, let's go ahead and drive back home. As we come out after defeating the plague heart, the sun now shines on us again for the new day. Once I've done that, I can go here, craft medical items, and create a blood plague cure, which requires 5 samples and 2 medical. We can deliver that either with another character, to her, or just select her and go... Oh, that was unusual. Maybe it's just because I was doing that middle stealth attack. So she has 2 hours left, and it only took me 20 minutes. Since I've already made it, let's go and grab it. It's right here. You can't use it while it's in your inventory. So what you can do is drop it off, put it back in, and then select it and use it now. For whatever reason, you cannot use it in your inventory. You must select it from your hotbar menu or have an ally use it on the patient. And as a result, we no longer have the blood plague. I hope you learned something from this episode. So the question is, how will you survive? This is how. It was a lot of work, even though it's so short. Thank you very much for watching Tran guides you through State of Decay, the first day. If you did enjoy it, I hope that you're willing to help bolster this up the YouTube algorithm and leave a like so that other people can find it too. And again, thank you.